good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you for coming. Okay, so this is lecture number 2. Okay, you have received the handout. Okay, those pages at the back of the handout, okay, we will discuss the content next week. Okay, so this week, try to fill up the first page, okay, as much details as we can. Okay, so those are a few categories that we should focus on. Okay, without further ado, let me introduce Ying and Jacqueline from Funding Societies to share with you all the knowledge of CRSM.
So it's an informal session.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Pay attention.
Hi, hello everyone. Hi everyone. Really thank Mr. Matthew as well as TP to actually invite Funding Society today for your CRM class. And I think we also got invited because one of your senior, Sherry, she's actually an intern with Funding Societies, and I think so far the experience has been quite exciting for her, and hopefully some part of our business will be relevant to you guys as you learn how to actually engage or putting all these thoughts and theories that you've learned in school into practice, and that's what I guess both Ying and myself at Funding Society hope we can help you guys in today's short sharing session. So I'll just do a short introduction of the team that we have today. So my name is Jacqueline. I'm from the SME marketing team, and then with me today is Ying, who is actually managing the investor marketing at Funding Societies. Jeffrey, we also have Daphne, who's also in the marketing team, as well as Sherry, who's our marketing intern. So if any of you guys have any questions later on, just feel free to let us know. So today we're going to share a little bit more about keep and grow, which is the topic of today's sharing from Funding Societies. Yeah. Okay, so have any of you guys heard of Funding Societies? If you can raise your hands if you have. No? Okay. So no problem, we'll just share briefly our company. We're actually a really small startup that started in 2015. But more importantly, I think our founders actually came from a similar background as you guys, as students. And I guess the idea of Funding Societies kind of got incubated to, a regular class like this. Our founders, Calvin Teo and Reno Vijaya, actually studied at Harvard Business School, and both of them actually were classmates there. And from there, both of them actually had similar experiences being a student and to work on their own personal, engagements. They actually got together to develop Funding Societies as a company. So for Calvin, the guy on the left that you can see, he's actually from a consulting background. So he used to work at KKA, Accenture and McKinsey as a consultant. And for him, he actually worked with a lot of small, medium businesses. And then for Reno, he was from a family-owned business, one of the largest in Indonesia. And he and his family actually faced, a bit of a challenge during the times when the banks were actually cutting back on lending. So both of them actually faced, a compelling reason to actually go into this SME business and investing through peer-to-peer crowdfunding, and that's where Funding Societies actually started in 2015. Yeah, so peer-to-peer lending, I'm not sure whether a lot of you actually know much about this concept, but it's actually really, really big in the US, UK, and China. As you can see, they've actually started from 2005 with companies like Funding Circle, Zopa, Funding9, all of this you can actually Google, they're all listed companies. So if you think of this concept of peer-to-peer lending, it's similar to if all of you decide to actually start your own business. And then where are you going to get money to start that business? Firstly, you think about, I will want to get it from my friends and family. But if I can't, you probably think of going to UBS, or you'll be thinking of going to OCBC, will be your local bank. But if the local bank can't fund you, that's where you could consider to go to a peer-to-peer lending company, like funding societies in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. So that is, I guess, how you can relate to this industry, which is pretty new, but not very new in the US, UK, and China. So who we are, Funding Societies, we're actually the #1 peer-to-peer lending platform in Southeast Asia, and we essentially bring together small medium businesses who are looking for business financing, together with the people like you and I, retail institutional investors, who are looking to earn a little bit more or grow their wealth through investing in alternative financing. Okay, so essentially that's our business. So we are actually licensed and regulated in 3 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, and in Singapore. And all in all, we have a total of disbursed more than 260 million dollars in loans for small medium enterprises in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. And we have a total of more than 2,000 staff across the region. So you can briefly find out a little bit more about us if you Google us on main media or press. And we've been quite fortunate to actually receive quite a couple of awards. And I'm not sure if a lot of you are actually keen to actually start your own business in the future, but when you start our business, you can actually look to get financing, and in terms of like angel investing. So for us, we're very fortunate to actually be backed by one of the larger VCs across the globe, which is SoftBank, Ventures Korea, as well as Sakura Capital, as well as the other Alpha JWC line and other prestigious VCs. So putting all of this into context, so earlier on I was actually giving you guys a background of our company, because I think a lot of you guys don't know who we are. But essentially the concept of crowdfunding is very, very new in Southeast Asia, so I'm just going to share a little bit more of what it actually means and what this crowdfunding concept actually is. So if you think of a small medium business, so any of you, maybe if you should like to start up a pet shop or cafe or start a franchise, anything like that, you are a small medium business in Singapore, and then if you need financing and you can't actually go to your local banks like DBS, USD, you can reach out to a platform like us to tap onto your institutional or retail investors. And institutional and retail investors could be people like you and I looking to grow our investments. So essentially, Funding Societies will be the digital platform in the center connecting the companies with the people who are looking to grow their wealth. Okay? So SMEs, as I mentioned earlier on, can be any kind of company. So it could be, big names that you see out there. There are actually distributors of your favorite snacks like Hello Panda, or for example, companies that open cafes, or people that are in the media or press, any small businesses. And for even larger corporations that come to Funding Societies, could be marine, offshore shipping companies, or any, small enterprises that are looking to secure financing to an alternative platform like us. So I'll pass it over to Amy to actually share more about, the concept and how we can actually bring our company's business more relevant to you guys in terms of your CRM, especially in terms of the investor's perspective.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ning, so I'm actually managing the investor marketing piece at Funding Societies. So as an investor, right, everyone wants to earn something from their investors. So for Funding Societies, what's in it for the investor? For Funding Societies, right, your returns are actually in the form of interest, interest being money. So if I put in $100 and I have 10% interest, I get back 110. $10 being the returns that I get. So the second one for investors is it's actually a shorter tenor, meaning some investments are actually very long, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. For us, it's less than 12 months or up to 12 months actually. So in terms of the exposure, you actually minimize the exposure. For investment amount, we actually start at $20 for the investment. So even students like yourself, of course above 18 years old, can actually start investing on our platform. Yeah, and lastly, because we get the money back on a monthly basis, as an investor, you can actually reinvest. So assuming you put in $1,000 and you get back $100 every month, this $100 you can put in another 5 loans of $20 each. And then every month when you get back the money, you can just keep reinvesting to compound your interest. Yeah. So how do people actually find out about us? Any takers for these questions? Advertising, social media, something even more fundamental. When you want to find out about something, where do you go? Where? Google, right? So yes, Google is one of the things that people really will go to when we try to find out, like, okay, what is funding societies, what is this crowdfunding? So the expectation, right, is we expect people to type funding societies, who is funding societies, but the reality is I don't think people actually know about funding societies because no one here raised your hands just now when we asked, do you know who is funding societies? But we may actually try to understand what is investment for me as a student. So people actually start learning, like, okay, how do I invest in Singapore? So this is probably like the thing that you'll actually try to find out from Google. So if you actually Google how to invest in Singapore, okay, before we go to that, there are different kinds of investments. So for us, right, we are considered peer-to-peer lending, and you see the whole spectrum, right? We're actually somewhere right at the bottom where we are high risk, short term, and it's something that's alternative. We call it alternative investments. So it will not be one of the first few investments that anyone who is risk averse will actually try to find out more and start investing with. So So when we look at a customer's journey, right, for an investor, there are 5 key points in a customer journey. So the first is to discover, and then to create awareness, to consider, and then purchase, and finally the engagement bit. So in getting to know the investor or getting the investor to actually sign up with us, right, we actually want them to discover more about crowdfunding. Second, we want them to be aware and understand what is funding society, who is funding society. And third, make the decision to invest with funding society. And fourthly, when they make the purchase, right, to actually reduce that friction when you onboard with us. Yeah. So for discovery and awareness bit, right, where do people actually get their information on investing? So if you actually take out your phone and you go to Google and you type how to invest in Singapore, minus all the banks and the advertisements, right, what you see is actually Steadily, Money Digest, Value Champion, Dollars and Cents, Bank Bazaar. So these are actually the platforms where they are very strong in personal finance, and these are actually the platforms that funding societies actually work with to share content, to share more information so that people like yourself actually know more about funding society or more about crowdfunding as a form of investment. Yeah. So the second thing that, let's say for yourself as an investor, what will you ask? What is it actually? What are the risks? What are the returns? Where can I go? How do I start investing? So actually what we do from funding societies, we have a blog. So we have a dedicated team of content writers to actually write useful, helpful content for us to actually answer all these burning questions. So when we move to the next step, right, okay, I know about crowdfunding, I know about funding societies, but why should I invest with funding societies? What is so good about funding societies? And how would I know whether or not my money is misused or used appropriately? So this is where, right, we come in to give that touch point of view where all our platforms, our communications, our interactions with these investors come into play. Very, very important. If you see the word FS Happy, this is actually our tone of voice. So these are actually some of our platforms and our touch points, I would say, that we actually interact with the investors. So we have the web, we have the app, we have the live chat, our blog, and our live events, and also on social media. So we actually deploy this FS Happy tone of voice, where even with our interactions with our partners, we actually maintain this FS Happy. So what is FS Happy? So FS Happy means friendly, sincere, helpful, accurate, and personal. So with this and our interactions with the investors, right, will actually help instill this confidence and this trust, and therefore help them in terms of like onboarding with us to give that confidence. So this part is more on like the purchasing onboarding. So onboarding, there are a couple of steps because we are actually regulated by Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS for short. So there are a lot of things that we actually need to go through. So one of the ways we actually try to reduce this friction and instill confidence, right, is by putting a real live investor example and a quote from the investor to just give that confidence that hey, our platform is not a fraudulent platform, and we have a lot of investors with you, and these are the positive remarks that we have for funding societies. Also for the app, right, it's actually very user-friendly. You can actually just go to your App Store or your Google Play, download Funding Society, try it out, and go step by step and really find out about the UX and the UI. So at every step of the way, we also prompt investors who maybe drop out, like they just sign up and then they never verify their email. We will actually send them emails with very FS Happy kind of tone of voice to actually tell them, hey, thanks for joining. How about you need to do this now? So we really help them along the way, and also we provide useful information on some of the features and new products that we actually launch along the way. We also conduct like events to actually give even more confidence to these investors, because some of them may think this alternative investment, it may not, it's not from the bank, so how am I sure that this is real? So actually when they come to our office and they meet the team, they talk to the senior management, this is where they actually find out, okay, I am confident that this company has my interest at heart, so I will actually start investing with Funding Society. Okay, so for the second part, once they have onboarded with us and they are activated as an investor, what do we need to do? So what we actually do for the engagement bit, right, is we want to keep them active, we want to keep them updated, and we want to engage them beyond just our platform, which is a very transactional kind of engagement. And lastly, we want to keep them involved. Yeah. So by keeping them active, right, what we want to do is we actually want them to invest even more with us, and we do this by incentivizing them with our loyalty program. So actually, loyalty program was launched this year in June, and what we do is for every $1 that you invest, we give you 1 point. And then when you hit a certain milestone, you actually get upgraded in your tiers, and there are more features and benefits which are unlocked to benefit you in your investment journey with us. So the second one is actually being updated. So on a monthly basis, Calvin, our CEO, actually writes this update personally. We give some pointers with him, and he actually sends this personally, and we'll send it to all our investors. So there's about 3,000 of them. Yeah. And we also have the SME portion. So what we want to do is actually to be the bridge between the SMEs and the investors. So for the SMEs, right, when they actually have a promotion, like they are a consumer business. So for example, if let's say this company is Gongcha, for example, and Gongcha actually has 10% off because you're a Funding Society investor and you've invested in Gongcha, I'm giving you this 10%. So in a way, it kind of bridges this get one. Because for the investor, right, like, hey, I've already loaned you the money and you're already returning me, and now you're giving me additional 10%, and I will support you further because I want you to grow as a business beyond just my investment. So this is also to actually strengthen our belief that stronger SMEs, stronger society. Yeah. And the last one is also the regular updates on like products, new product launches, any changes, any clarification that we make with investors. Okay, so we launched Crowdfund Talk recently in April. So Crowdfund Talk is actually a forum, a community where we actually bring in all the investors, whether or not they are funding societies or not funding societies, to come together as a community to discuss, learn, give feedback, and generally like provide be the voice of alternative investments. Yeah. So far, right, since we have launched, we have more than 2,000 investors and more than 200 unique topics being discussed. So I think for us it's quite encouraging because we see that investors are actually talking to that among themselves. We don't moderate this very actively, except if there's any vulgarities or anything that's beyond the regulations. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, which I think is really nice and interesting, and probably big corporations don't really do that, is actually involve our investors when we are creating products. So recently, we actually launched the Investor App 2.0. The 1.0 was actually launched, I think, last year in May. So 1 year later, we're actually refreshing the whole UX design. And our head of mobile team actually reached out to our investors on the Crowdfund Talks forum itself to actually get investors to try and test the app before it actually launched to public. So this is a way that we actually gather feedback from the users themselves, and on top of that, increase their engagement. Okay. So actually, for us, business-wise, it's always a balancing act. You have to balance between the investors and the SMEs. If you have too many loans and not enough investors, it's a problem. But if you have too many investors, not enough loans, we also need to fix that. So, yeah. And on top of that, cost and benefits. For cost, if let's say we give too much in our loyalty program, it's going to hurt our business. But if we give too many benefits, sometimes investors feel like pretty profitable. So it's always a fine balancing act. Yeah. And yeah, with that, actually, that's the end of our presentation. So, we're on our social media. On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Funding Society. Yeah. Do you all have any questions?
Okay, maybe just to make it a little bit more enticing and engaging for today's session, we have some giveaways for a quick pop quiz. If any of you guys have been, attentively listening to the concept that we were going through during the session, and yeah, we have some questions to ask that hopefully will be, relevant to you guys in your classes in the subsequent weeks as well. Yeah.
Okay, the first question is, what does funding societies do? No, I need one question. Raise your hand and answer. Anyone?
You guys are all in business, right? Any paper?
Yeah, if you have the answer, raise your hand. Okay, the guy in the shirt. What does funding societies do? Yes, that's correct. So, peer-to-peer lending, we're actually in the peer-to-peer lending business, meaning we are like the middle person between SMEs and investors. So, do you want to try and collect your prize?
You're gonna come in. You can come and get it from us later on. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the next question.
Who are our customers? Nice! Spot on. Woo! Give me a round of applause.
Alright, the third question. Who can be an investor? You win already. Another one. Sorry? Yes, correct.
Who's going to collect your prize? This is one can decide. Okay, sure.
Okay, this one is, if you remember the customer journey, that little circle that we had just now, what are the 5 steps in the customer journey? The 5 main points that we pointed out. 1.1 price.
Engagement?
Yes.
Engagement, yes. Engagement. What is the start of the journey? Discovery awareness? Yes. Anybody else? After awareness, what is after awareness?
You need to raise your hands, guys. Okay, that's right.
That's right. Okay, so awareness, consideration. Purchase? Purchase? Okay, purchase considered, yes. And then after that will be the engagement. And then the last one? Okay. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? It could be anything pertaining to, working in a startup, marketing, and maybe you can get Sherry, who is actually your year 3 senior in TP as well, just to share a little bit more about, I guess, what you guys will eventually move on to do in internships at a possible startup marketing department. Hopefully that will be helpful for you guys. Sherry?
Okay. Hi everyone, Sherry. Okay, so basically, I'm currently working or maybe interning in a startup. And okay, just before I continue, anyone know what a startup actually is about? Anyone? Okay, maybe like anyone have any idea what a startup is? Basically like a new company, right? So I feel that it's really different to work in a startup as compared to a corporate world, in the sense that you really start everything from scratch. So because now I'm only just interning for around like 2 months or so I can't really gauge on really what a startup is really about. But based on my personal experience, it's really doing things from scratch and being independent. So if you are a person that really loves challenges and also able to control in a way able to work in a stressful environment, a startup is really for you. So any questions? Like what I basically do in the startup, or how's my work experience, things like that? No? Really?
What do you do?
Okay,
What do you do for funding societies? I mean, what is your job scope?
Oh, my job scope. Okay, so I'm under the offline department of funding society, offline marketing department of funding society. So mostly my job is more on the PR side. So recently I actually had the opportunity to organize a case competition for uni students. And I really did everything from scratch, from designing t-shirts to designing invitation cards, source for venues. I can go on and on about it. So that's basically what I do. Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay, just to share and probably a little bit more in terms of Sherry's experience as an intern with us. So I guess what Sherry mentioned about stressful, it's probably seen more as a challenge if you guys are looking for a challenging working environment, something that you can push yourself. You guys are all young, Sherry's really young and full of ideas. This is where startup can be very useful for you. And just as what Sherry mentioned, from end to end, she actually managed communication to all the university students that actually signed up to participate in our tertiary marketing case competition. The first step has been held or hosted by a fintech startup. And we're talking about students that are a lot older than her. So she communicated with them, did all the collaterals, invited them to send in their proposals for us to review. And then all the way to hosting the finals, which we had it at Suntec and WeWork just 2 weeks ago actually. Yeah. And also working together with the team internally. So if you're looking for, I guess, a place to have a very dynamic work environment, you can work with multiple stakeholders, external and internal. Interning in a marketing function within the startup may be quite suitable for you. Yeah. So if you guys have any other questions, if not, then maybe we can hand it back to Matthew.
Last time, right? This will be in your test.
Actually, maybe just one quick add-on, right? So for me personally, I've probably about 10 years of working experience in marketing, and what works really well for me to actually start thinking from the customer's perspective, like is be the customer. So I was on retail, I did mobile marketing there, and I thought to myself, I'm a retail customer, right? What do I love? What do I hate? And then how do I change the thing that I hate to something that I love? So this is where like the whole customer journey and the experience comes in, because you don't only change a product or you don't create a product just for the business itself, you create for the customer. So first you must really know who the customer is, and it could be you. So you can be the SME that is starting your own business, and you have to think from the SME perspective. I'm starting my own business, what do I need? I need to set up, I need to register APRA, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to fund my own business. From an investor perspective, what will the investor think of? Am I risk averse? Am I like high risk? I don't mind, buying Bitcoin, 20,000 become 4,000 now, that kind of thing. So really think from the customer's perspective, and that will really help you a lot.
Okay, let's give them a big round of applause.